So, let's talk about something you've definitely heard of, the law of attraction. Today we're going to strip away some of the fluff and really look at the mechanics behind it. How to go from just wishing for a different life to actually doing the things that make it happen.
And this is the big promise, isn't it? This really powerful idea that our thoughts can literally shape our reality, pulling whatever we want right out of the universe and into our lives. I mean, who wouldn't want that? It's this incredible idea that we hold the keys to our own destiny.
But while that promise is super inspiring for a lot of people, it just leads to a whole lot of frustration. You know the drill. People visualize, they say their affirmations, they ask the universe for what they want, and then crickets. Nothing happens. It starts to feel like this beautiful idea that just completely falls apart in the real world. So where's the disconnect?
And this question right here really gets to the heart of the problem with the simplified version of this law. Think about it. A child who is starving is thinking about one thing and one thing only: food. I mean, their desire is about as pure and absolute as it gets. If thoughts were all it took, they'd have a feast in front of them. The fact that they don't tells us we're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Well, the way this material breaks it down is that the problem isn't that the law of attraction is fake. The problem is that it's been sold as some kind of magic spell. But in reality, it's a lot more like a machine, a very powerful tool that works perfectly, but only for what it was built to do.
Okay, think of it like this. Imagine the law of attraction is a high-performance car. It's an amazing tool, right? It can take you incredible distances, get you almost anywhere on the map. But if you get in the driver's seat and just sit there wishing for it to fly, you're going to be really disappointed. It wasn't built to fly, it was built to drive.
So, the frustration you might feel, it's not because the tool is broken, it's a classic case of user error. It's like trying to hammer in a screw. You're just using the tool for the wrong job. It doesn't magically create stuff in the outside world. So, what is it actually designed to do? Okay, so this is where things get really interesting, and frankly, backed by science. The number one place where your thoughts manifest is not the world outside of you, it's the world inside of you, it's your own body. All right, let's just walk through how this actually works. You start with a nagging, repetitive thought, like, I feel like I'm getting sick. That thought isn't harmless. It creates a psychological state. You feel stressed, you feel anxious, and that stress has a direct physical impact. It can literally weaken your immune system, making it way more likely that you actually will get sick. Your thought, in a very real way, just manifested as a physical reality inside your own body.
And look, this isn't some kind of mysticism. It's the well-documented psychosomatic effect. It's why thinking I am healthy and strong is so much more powerful than dwelling on sickness, because your body is always listening. This internal manifestation is proven. The myth, the part where it all goes wrong, is when we expect that same process to make $1 million check appear on our doorstep.
But here's the thing, when you misuse this idea, when you focus on desperately wanting external things, it's not just disappointing, it can actually make you incredibly vulnerable. Our source makes this really crucial distinction between two kinds of desire. First, there's the desire to just get something. This path, it says, turns you into a beggar. It makes you anxious and desperate for shortcuts. But then there's the desire to become the person who is capable of achieving that thing. Now that path leads to real skills, real growth, and unshakable confidence. And this is where the real danger comes in. When your mind is just consumed with, I need $1 million, I need $1 million, you're not thinking straight. Your judgment is totally clouded. And you become the perfect target, the perfect mark for every scam artist and get-rich-quick scheme out there, because that desperate desire blinds you to all the red flags. So what's the alternative? The solution is a complete shift in focus, a total 180. Stop focusing on the prize, start focusing on becoming the kind of person who can earn the prize. And this right here is the key takeaway of this whole thing. The universe doesn't respond to beggars, it responds to capability. So instead of visualizing the $1 million, start visualizing the skills you need to learn, the work you need to do, the person you need to become to earn it. Because when you build real capability, the results you want, and usually a whole lot more, they just follow naturally. You won't even have to ask. Okay, so this shift from just wanting things to actually building yourself, that's part of a much bigger idea about how our minds work. We've just turned the idea of wishing on its head. Now, let's challenge another hugely popular belief, the idea that we have to get rid of all our so-called negative thoughts. You've probably heard this before, right? This idea that there are these three cancers of the mind: comparing, complaining, and criticizing. And the advice is that these thought patterns are toxic and will just destroy your happiness. But what if that's totally backward? Let's just break this down for a second. Is comparing really a cancer? No way. You have to compare distances to park your car. You compare yourself to your heroes so you have something to strive for. What about complaining? Is that a cancer? Not if the road is full of potholes and you complain to the city to get it fixed. That's how things get better. And criticizing? That's the bedrock of progress. It's freedom of speech. Without it, we'd all just blindly agree with everything. These aren't cancers, they are essential tools for survival. So you see, the real problem, the thing that actually causes all that anxiety and that feeling of overthinking, it's not the thoughts themselves. It's the internal war you create when you tell yourself, oh no, I shouldn't be thinking this. This is bad. You're literally fighting your own human nature, and that's a fight you can never win. And it is exhausting. So maybe the secret to all of this isn't about controlling the universe or even trying to control every single thought in your head. Maybe it's about shifting from wanting things to building yourself, and from fighting your thoughts to learning how to use them as the tools they are. And that leaves us with one final thought. What if true peace doesn't come from finally silencing your mind, but from finally truly accepting its noise? What would change for you if you just let your mind be?